To be able to design leader development is really powerful. Many leaders are dependent on others, often from other countries and cultures, to create the training curriculum for them to use. The reality is that outsiders almost always have a very limited awareness of the local culture, language, history, and context. And so they're simply not the best ones to design the leader development work. There are a vast number of variables that directly influence curriculum design. Language, culture, literacy, education level, age, spiritual maturity, personal background, socioeconomic status, history of the local church, purpose of the training, and on and on and on. This means that curriculum developed in one place will often not work well in another place. Remember Saul's armor. Saul's armor of 1 Samuel 17 was very high quality, but it was specifically designed for Saul. It did not fit David, and what was meant to be effective in combat would have been only a hindrance to David. I had a significant aha moment many years ago. For several days, I was with a group of top leaders from a large church network in Asia. In that network, one of the top leaders had written a book, and it had just been printed. On the last day of the training, hundreds of copies of the book arrived, fresh from the printers. I watched as these leaders excitedly tore open the boxes and they grabbed many copies of the book to take home. Filled with joy, they threw the boxes and the books back and forth to one another. Clearly, this book was very important to them. As I watched this, it occurred to me that there existed perhaps dozens of books by foreign authors that technically may have been better quality than this one. But this book was theirs. They owned it. They would use it and it would work. A training curriculum that has been designed in one place for training one group of people may work beautifully in that context. But if you change any of the variables I mentioned before, the curriculum quickly begins to lose its relevance and effectiveness. Consequently, instead of trying to create the finished product for everyone to use, our approach for several decades now has been to help leaders think deeply about leader development in ways that are biblically sound, holistic, practical, immediately actionable, and infinitely flexible. A church leader from Asia said to us once, "Instead of just giving us the finished software, you're teaching us how to code." Or to put it another way, instead of simply giving you the map to follow, we want to help you create your own. The specific contributions of the 5C and 4D models of leader development are these. First, they clearly articulate what you have already intuitively known and practiced. Nothing that I've said so far in these courses is new to you. You know that we need to build healthy leaders, men and women who know God with integrity, servanthood, accountability, and vision. And you know that we need a holistic process to do that, not just sitting behind desks and listening to lectures. These models put into words what you've always known. Also, these models are comprehensive, perhaps revealing some gaps in what you have been doing. Then, these models are systematic, providing a clear way for you to intentionally design a holistic process of leader development. Also, these models legitimize the core issues of a holistic process, so they're not seen as merely peripheral. Sometimes in traditional training, the main focus is on academics. but then they add on a small group meeting for accountability or a relationship with the older leader for mentoring. Those things are treated more as nice add-ons. In reality, all four dynamics are central and critical for life change. In addition, these models are fully customizable, replacing leaders' need for pre-packaged curriculum with their own ability to create design as needed. And these models are flexible, easily adapting to the needs of the local context and culture. Finally, they provide a clear basis for evaluation of the leader's life transformation and of the process that builds the leader. This is a different way of thinking about leader development, and it works really well. I encourage you to try it. That's how you'll learn. Even if you design only one learning experience for an emerging leader that you're working with, just do it. Please explore and experiment. Don't wait until you've got it all figured out perfectly. Just do it, and then share what works with others. And the more you do it, the better at it you'll become. And you will be a healthy leader, and you will build healthy leaders, and you will change your nation.